like my first name Javante. Bulletproof Cadillac truck, that's a tank. I'm from the country, you know we got rivers and shit, but you can catch me at the bank. My mama just told me she proud of me. Used to be thirsty for juice, but I put down the drink. I finally figured out why all these niggas be mad at big bills. I do what they can. I done been stabbed in the back, I ain't knew the pain. Don't be losing your head, baby, use your brain. They don't know what I'm saying like I'm Pootie time. Yeah, they don't be know what I'm saying like I'm Pootie time. Yeah, they don't be know what I'm saying like I'm Pootie time. Bitch, I been hot since a juvenile. I hit the booth and I turned it 400 degrees. Gucci from Italy, but I went shopping in Tokyo. Caught me a couple of G's. Never gonna stop going in, I'm like Rich homie. I can't throw in the flat like I'm Biden. He be the loudest of niggas that's on big bills, but they just gon' do it in silence. Baby don't got a BB, her body natural. And she be smoking on homegrown. And she know I'ma give her a couple rounds. I just be beating it up like I'm John Jones. I can get knocked off in my city while niggas like me in a whole different time zone. How you talking about them switches? Niggas ain't even hitting, they be shooting with their eyes closed. Bill just took him a trip, I would camp, you know I would burn up trees like sequoias. Bitches with the bad as fuck, and I'm prone, they be cold like some milk, they be spoiled. You know that Bill be keeping that heat, I be shining too hard like aluminum foil. I don't fool with none of these niggas, I'm rocking all white, got K's and I think I'm a joint. Beat up the beat like my first name Javante. Bulletproof Cadillac truck, that's a tank. I'm from the country, you know we got rivers and shit, but you can catch me at the bank. My mama just told me she proud of me. Used to be thirsty for juice, but I put down the drink. I finally figured out why all these niggas be mad at big bills. I do what they can. I done been stabbed in the back, I ain't knew the pain. Don't be losing your head, baby, use your brain. They don't know what I'm saying like I'm Pootie time. Yeah, they don't be know what I'm saying like I'm Pootie time. Yeah, they don't be know what I'm saying like I'm Pootie time.
What's he got in his mind? We're starting from scratch, I guess. Pootie knows what Pootie do.
Let's go.
It's gonna be good. Okay, Pootie, I'll play back the levels the way you said them.
No instruments, no vocals, no levels, everything silent. Say it on me. Bleed.
This is first and foremost a dope ass platform.
Shout out to Pure Rap Podcast again.
Yeah. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing, man. Y'all stay safe out here, man. And y'all, I can see y'all being big in the future, man.
Y'all keep going and shit. Stay down.
Yo, what's good? Welcome to Pure Rap Podcast. You got MCK and you got Darneezy. Hey man, we got a fun episode today. And I got we got it, a surprise later on tonight when we do our studio too, man. I'm excited, bro. It's a good day, man. It's a good day, man.
Yeah, it gotta be. It's a long day, man. It's work, and then we doing the.
Oh yeah, you had work too.
I had work, and then we jumping back. Doing the interview studio time. So,
you had your caffeine? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I had a little coffee. Yeah, I had a little coffee this morning to energize my mood and just keep me wired up, man, keep me focused.
Yeah. Hey, do me one favor, turn your mic up just a little bit.
Oh my
God. Yeah. Get them levels, you know what I'm saying?
Get them levels.
Probably should have told you that before, but oh well. We here now. Nah, man. But yeah, also too, man, like but Kazi's, album listening party, man. I got the vlog, the little vlog. I'm gonna let people know. Our very first vlog is gonna be coming out soon, probably this week. I'm thinking this week. Yeah, I'll probably drop it like this weekend, most likely. But yeah, man, you ready to get into everything? You're muted.
Sure.
You got it.
I was trying to adjust the mic. No, this ain't the one that has the
the little knob.
Volume.
I mean, it's not that bad. It's not bad. Like you're not like super low. I can hear you. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
No. We should be good now.
All right, there we go. Let's get into it, man. All right. Sure, you ready? You ready then? Let's get into the interview.
Yeah. No, I'm ready, man. Ready.
Hell yeah, man. So yeah, we got a dope hip hop artist. He's from Memphis, currently residing in our hometown, San Diego. The intro track also that you heard in the beginning is an unreleased track. I believe it's going to be one of his upcoming releases called Pootie Tang. Super dope track. He's been on the Community podcast with AD. He's performed on From the Block, On the Radar, et cetera, countless freestyles, like when you just search him up on YouTube. Shit, even Antonio Brown, you know, what I mean, commented on one on his post too, saying we all should tap in. So that's what we did. You know, what I mean, we tapped in. We made sure you know what I'm saying. And also we got all the links in the description. So to his, you could go follow him on Instagram. You can go listen to his recent music video, Cali Freestyle. We got the link to that. Apple Music, Spotify. So after we're done with this interview, if you like what you're hearing, all that stuff, you don't got to go far. You don't got to search nothing. Literally, just click the links in the description. We do all the hard work for you, man. So let's bring up our special guest, ATM Bezzal. Yes, sir.
What's going on, y'all? What's going on? I appreciate y'all having me today here at the
Hell
Pure
yeah,
Rap
hell yeah.
Podcast, man. What's going on with y'all?
Man, we doing good, man. We were excited for this episode, man.
Yeah,
So
we were excited.
I
Yeah,
was too,
like,
man.
yeah, definitely when you shot us, you shot me a message a while back, and I was saying, I was like, yeah, we in the future we definitely gonna get it linked up. We had to get our time frames and our scheduling right, and now we back here in the new year, so we got it today, so it's good to have you
hell
here.
yeah.
It's a blessing to be here, brother. I appreciate y'all. It's really dope, man, to make this happen for sure.
No, for sure, man, because that's what it's all about, like the connection and all that. You know what I mean? I want to do. I got to shout out Darnell too, because, like he was saying, like to expand on that, like we took a break, for a little bit. You know what I mean? And he mentioned you, like he mentioned your name. He's like, oh yeah, like there's a dope artist. Like, listen, he sent your stuff, and we're like, okay, once we get back to our interviews, I told him, I was like, hey, make sure you hit him back up. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
so
man.
yeah, now
Shout
here
out
we
my
are.
man, Darnell, man.
Nah,
Yeah,
for real.
appreciate you, man. You know what I'm saying? You've been passing along the word, man. Your boy putting in this work, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing my thing as an independent artist. You know, I'm not in Memphis, so you know what I'm saying? It's a different feel, like for an outsider, you feel me, just to come in and do what I'm doing right now. You feel me? But
Hell yeah.
I appreciate San Diego having those open arms for you, boy. It's been nothing but a blessing for sure.
Oh yeah, and we're gonna get into all of that as well too. We're definitely gonna touch on all that, especially not being from San Diego, et cetera, et cetera. So we're gonna talk about all that. But first, we always start off with the segment. We do rapid fire, which is about 5 icebreaker questions we like to get into. That could be deep, funny, introspective, et cetera, et cetera. So man, let's get into that, man.
Let's do it.
All right, man. I still gotta change that video, by the way. But so our first question. Well, I saw in a previous interview that you said like you were a hooper previously before you were a rapper, correct? And
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Since we got March Madness right now, NBA playoffs, like, do you tune into college? Do you turn into NBA at all?
Yeah, I got March Madness. So, I had to tune into the home team, Memphis. We made it in the first round. We made it to the bracket, man. And it was a whooping, man. I was disappointed. We got exited in that first round like how we did, man. So, rocking with the home team, but we just had a disappointing year with Penny Hardaway. Shout out to Penny Hardaway. He's doing a tremendous job with our boys. We're just in a rebuilding phase. That's the best way I can put it. You know what I'm saying? So
hell yeah. Do you do the brackets at all? Like wait, my fault. You're just clipping a little bit. Yeah, I think it's just the audio.
Oh, it's the headphones.
Yeah, nah, my fault. I don't want you to. Yeah, I don't want to mess up the. I want to make sure everyone hears you clearly. But yeah, it was just a little choppy. Talk again, real quick.
How about now?
Okay, yeah, there we go. You're good.
Okay. I was saying, man, I didn't get my bracket together this year, man. I'll be prepared next year, though, for sure.
Most definitely. What about NBA? Like you Grizzlies? You going for Grizzlies? Is it all home team?
Yeah, definitely, man. My boys in Memphis, they holding it down,
They
as
balling.
far as playoffs. Yeah, I hope we get there. We got some things we still gotta get covered internally behind the scenes because we did have a chance to get Kevin Durant. I was really disappointed, as far as that, man. We needed somebody as far as somebody with veteran status to kind of lead the way for us right now. That's kind of that building piece that we're missing. So it's some things we can do to be a better team. But as far as what we doing right now, we on fire, man, for sure.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. I'll be excited to see what happens, man. So our next question, what do you feel like people complain too much about these days?
Putting in the work. I feel like putting in the work is a big complaint, a big complaint for a lot of. I mean, I wouldn't even just say in the music industry or artist wise, but just behind the scenes, me being a 9 to 5 worker myself, I put in my years in the military, man, serving the country. So what I'm saying, like, hard work is not something I'm not used to, man. I love doing my jobs, whatever it is, man, getting the job done and having that sense of accomplishment at the end of the day. That's just the type of young man I am. And but a lot of people, they say, man, I want that overnight story. I want that 5 minutes down the road for me doing what I'm doing for the success to come when it don't work like that. So, this is that's why I feel like the biggest complaint. Right?
Hell yeah, you're definitely not wrong about that, man. Especially a lot of the instant gratifications, like you said, it's like they want the overnight success. It's like shit don't really work like that, man.
Yeah,
like,
not everybody's gonna get that, overnight success, that 5 minutes of fame and all that. So
right.
Yeah, man. I definitely agree.
Time and patience.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Hell yeah. Let's see what's the next question. If you could live as any animal, which one would you be and why?
Say that one more time.
If you can live as any animal, which one would you be and why? I'm telling you, the questions are all over the place. Ooh.
Yeah, I gotta go with the Black Panther, man.
Black Panther. Can't go wrong with that one.
Hell yeah. That's a good answer, man. Why is that though? Like, because you're gonna live as an animal, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey man,
I'm representing the community, silent killer, if you will, you know what I'm saying? And not nobody you want to mess with, you know what I'm saying?
Big facts, man. Yeah, shout out to the Black Panther, man. And let's see where we at. Okay, you can only pick one album. So this is a you can have 4 answers on this one. So you could pick one album, one TV show, one movie, and one book. And like you can't listen to nothing else in all those categories. That's like what you got in a briefcase or some shit. Like
I gotta go with. Can we go? Okay, you said album, book. What was the other 2?
Movie and TV show.
TV show. Man, that's a good one, man. That's all over the place. Let's see what category I narrow it down to.
And this is also the top 2, so you don't got no time to think about it.
Man, because I'm so like, okay. Let's go with if I could just say, let's go with TV shows, since TV shows is not really a thing anymore. We, nowadays it's streaming Netflix and Amazon Prime where movies is out and whatnot.
Yeah,
you got your casual TV shows you watch. Yeah. But I'm gonna take it back old school, like the TV shows we used to watch back in the day. Man, 106 in Park, man, I can watch that all day and night. Man, I'm talking about all over everywhere. Like you got rappers from New York that I learned from. Shout out to Cassidy. That's why I got hip to Cassidy. It was other underground New York artists that was freestyling on there. That was White Fury, Blind Fury.
Blind Fury.
Yeah, man. It's like, I got a White Fury. My bad, dog. But just as far as the culture what we embodied, that was like the prime. Like that was the face of, like, you want to see what the hottest music video was, or who's making an impact in the Black community or wood or something. You know what I'm saying? They showcase it from, you know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah, hold up. Let's get it back. Yeah, no, sometimes the audio just clipping a little bit, but I'm making sure you we're good at when we go through this. So yeah. You said what, Darnese?
Oh, I was like, where's it from? I wonder, is it from the headphones or just it's just the
could be from the headphones.
See, sometimes it happens. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's happened before. with another guest we've had before.
With these AirPods, I don't know how it goes.
Oh yeah. Have you seen it? He's kind of just looking at it. It's all good, man. It's always trial and error. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let me see. I think it's if I don't do a whole lot of movement, so let me just keep it still. I see
You
what
about
it
to
is.
just
I
have
think
to.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
But we had to go with was 106 in Park, and that's because of just so many of just so much of what they showcased. It was just as far as the top tracks, whatever was the hottest track in the street as far as the top 10. You got your freestyle segments, who was
Hell
making
yeah.
an impact in the Hollywood community as far as what was going on. It was a lot going on in 106. I do miss those days, and I know a lot of people do.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, we
that-
spoke on that before in one of our
yeah.
episodes, Darnell.
Yeah, there was the
What?
last few our last interview. I think it was I said blind fury because of the freestyles and all that. But
Yeah.
yeah, 106 in Park, man, it was a classic. I mean, shoot, I couldn't wait to go home from school just to watch that.
Yeah.
That and Rap City too. I used to
Oh,
love. That's
yeah.
when BET
Yeah.
channel was the thing back then in the early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
And all that. But see, a lot has changed, and we're just trying to adapt to all the new ways of watching videos and all that stuff.
Right.
It's really just YouTube at this point. But,
Yeah, I agree.
Ain't this on?
yes. No MTV. What was it in the morning? It was like MTV Jams in
MTV
the morning.
MTV Jam.
Yeah.
MTV Jams. Yeah,
I used to watch that in the
MTV
morning
Jams.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah, that joint was fire before
that's
school.
funny.
Yep.
Hell yeah, MTV Jams. Yeah, because I was like, man, they used to put us on hella music too back then. Like,
for real, really. You be
that's hilarious, man.
crazy in the morning, bro. You be finding artists though.
Hell yeah. But with that question too, you could pick all four. So you got album as well, a movie, and a book.
Oh yeah.
So you don't got to pick one category, but you're just picking one out of each of those categories. Sorry, I should have made that. Yeah, that was on me.
Let's go with for the book. I gotta go with Rick Ross. I gotta go with Rick Ross's. What's the name of it?
Like the Hurricane.
You
Boss Up.
you know what? Give me one.
Yeah, he got the book with him too. Let's go.
He got the book.
What's the one that Caleb?
It was Hurricanes. Yeah, it was Boss Up.
Hurricane.
Yeah, I read that
Boss
one.
Up. Oh, you read that one, don't you?
On the audio version though, but I actually don't have the actual cover though. But it was actually good.
Yeah, that's a good one, man. As far as like it walked me through his process of what made him a successful businessman. And, him embodying his connections he made with people, whether it was relatives, because, he was helping out his people, or as far as, complete strangers who he had in his camp that was still helping him out in any kind of way. But definitely that's definitely one of my favorite books because it definitely showed myself, like, man, it's ways that just the small things that people do in your life that you kick it with on a day-to-day basis, how much they can help you in the long run. So, hey, you never know.
Yeah,
no, that's
a good book. I gotta read that again. Oh, what I read? It was 50 Cents. Hustle smarter or some hustle harder or work smarter or something. That was a good read too. That was a good one.
It's funny, Darnell, with you picking the 50 book and I got the Ross book. I was like, oh man, I knew you was gonna go there too.
Yeah, because I was like, that one actually, I have the actual cover to that one, but the Rick Ross one, I listened to it on audio only. But I should read it again, like on the real books. So, those are really good books though.
Yeah, for sure.
So we got one album and one album and one movie.
Oh, shoot.
One album, one movie. That's a tough one.
I know those are the two probably hardest.
That's hard, man. Yeah. One album you can listen to forever. One movie you can watch.
One movie.
Yeah.
For movie, I got you. I gotta go with Step Brothers. That's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah, Step
Brothers. Oh, classic.
Yeah, man.
Can't go wrong.
Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely when it comes to like early 2000s comedy, man. Friday. I can keep going.
Rush Hour.
Sure, yeah, Rush Hour, man. Man, it's so many gems we had during that time. But definitely gotta go with Step Brothers, man. That was just one of those. it just stuck with me because I do like dry humor. I'm one of the few that I'm into things like that.
Okay, dope.
The freaking Catalina wine mixer, man. Every time I hear it, man, I get to looking around like, okay, who said it? It's only few people know about the Catalina wine mixer.
Oh, that's crazy. It's a classic. Dang.
Well, we
So,
got one
oh
album.
yeah, one album. Yeah, one album. Yeah, one album.
All right, one album.
Yeah, could be anything. Rap, R&B, anything.
That's tough.
Shit,
But
it
I
could
gotta
be
give it to Dog, man. I gotta give it to Dog. When it comes to everybody asks me about the influential, you know, who made the most impact. Gotta be Dog, and his first, one of the first. I can't call it an album, man, so that's different. If we gonna go albums,
Mixtape.
yeah, because I'm
yeah.
thinking more mixtape, man.
Feel free. We could include them. Yeah,
We
if
say
that's the one that you want to pick, we'll include mixtapes.
the first Dolph mixtape. Oh man, he got so
We
many.
gonna go, but we talking albums though. We gotta go Wayne with the Carter 4 specifically.
Carter
I
4.
gotta go Wayne Carter 4. Yeah,
Oh
I
damn!
gotta
I'm
go Carter
surprised.
4, man. Yeah, for sure,
Damn.
man. Wayne and I'm really stirring away from mixtape Wayne too, cause that was another one, you know, cause I got punchlines for days. So
Mm-hmm.
Wayne, Dolph, man, um, UGK, like everybody, like I was in a melting pot when it came to like the whole hip hop rap culture. You know what I'm saying? So
Hell yeah.
um, I gotta go with the Carter 4 for Wayne for the album that I want to keep. Yeah, that I can keep
Oh,
listening to that motherfucker. Yeah, for sure.
wow. I respect that answer. I'm not gonna lie. So you just because usually most people are gonna say, you know, Carter 3 is like the, you know, go to, you know. So
That's the
it's like
one that
you.
introduced me to
Nah,
music. Was the Carter 3.
that
That was
Oh yeah, you introduce. Yeah, that's usually how it goes though. Like, you know what I mean. Uh, just because the one that you're introduced to might not be your favorite, you know what I mean. So
yeah. True. Yeah, nah, the first.
hell yeah. Let's shoot, man. That's it for rapid fire. Darnell, do you want to, you know, start with the first question?
Oh, okay, yeah. So, no. So one of our first questions, we were wondering, like, how did you get the name ATM Bezzal? Like, how did that came about? You know, what was the story behind that?
So ATM, I remember when I was coming over my real name, cause it was like ATM. I was like, I don't want to be called Lil Nut or Big Something or Baby Something. I was like, I'm gonna do a little something different. You know what I'm saying? So ATM, I was like, all right, I'm gonna start that all the money. You know what I'm saying? And that's something I was not being cocky when I meant it. Actually, I meant, that's the goal. We want all the money. I want all the money. Whatever I do, I want all the money. I remember when I was going into the military and I was initially going in reserves. So I wouldn't even, I would have did my little time and just went right back to Memphis and be doing my little drill for every weekend or whatever. And then my pops, like literally the day I was leaving, he was like, "Man, you want to get all the money? Like, why you wanna halfway do it?" And so that's when I switched it from reserves to active duty. Literally the day of me leaving, I didn't know what I was doing when I did that, but when he said you don't want half of the check, man, you want all the money, they just stuck with me. And then
Yeah.
now look, 7 years down the line that I done did all this work in the military and whatever I've accomplished, man. So all the money, I gotta say, yeah, that's where it stems from. And Bezzle, that was, my first name is Brent, but I wasn't gonna go ATM Brent. Nah, man, you know what I'm saying? Like my time coming, and I know I'm unique. So I just came up with Bezzle off of the B and Brent, and that's the meaning behind it. Like I always knew my
Damn.
time was coming. So I remember for the longest, man, I was rocking this little Michael Kors, man. This little Michael Kors had the diamonds falling out that motherfucker, man. And I'm going around doing everything I'm doing. I know I'm getting the looks that I'm getting, but and I would be quick to tell people like, I'm not no judgmental person when it comes to anybody else, so don't be that way with me. And my little watch that I had at that time, it was just my motivation to keep going because I know I'm gonna get something better. I know my time is coming. So you know what I'm
Damn.
saying? Like that's how ATM Bezzle. That's why we here today, man. That's why we here to stay. You know what I'm saying?
That's fire. I'm not gonna lie, that's
Yeah,
fire, bro.
nah, that's dope.
It's a
Yeah,
dope
nah,
ass story too.
that's like a dope storyline, like play by play. Wise words from your pops, and that's sticking to you, and you just keeping your like head, strong, just keeping head focused, and just kept chasing the just chasing the bag, man, for real. So
Hell yeah, hell
that's
yeah.
dope.
In the right way too, you know what I mean? Like I think that's the important part too, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but I like the bezel part too. It's like, hey, my
Yeah.
time is coming. Like that's fire.
I
Like I
knew
was
it,
like, yo,
man. I
that
was gonna rock
hell yeah.
Yeah, that's that motivation.
Hell yeah.
The watches and anything you want in life. You look at something and you're like, I'm gonna have that one day. I'm gonna wear
Mm-hmm.
that one day. I'm gonna drive that car that one day. So it's
There
you
you go.
keeping that in your mind because that you're gonna get it because you
Yeah.
manifesting it. You telling yourself.
Right. And that's the name too. You're never gonna forget it too. So it's like
Oh yeah,
you
you
gotta
never
get it
forget.
no matter
Yeah,
what now. Like, you know what I mean? Well, I mean you
yeah,
got it, but
man.
it's
Oh
like,
yeah. No
yeah.
doubt, man. No doubt. And the biggest thing, like y'all been saying, just telling my and everything that's been going with the flow for myself, man, it's mostly been manifestation and just the blessings that God has been giving me, man. So that's just the biggest thing. That's how we got to where we at right now.
Definitely. And you're in San Diego because of the military, correct? I would assume. Or is that
That's
how
correct. That's correct.
are you still active by chance or
Now I'm a veteran. As of 2023, I've been a veteran, man. So
hell
I
yeah.
I got to San Diego in 2020. My firstborn daughter, she had passed away when I was overseas initially.
Oh
I
wow.
was stationed in Japan. So that's what brought me to San Diego. And she passed away in 2020, and I had the decision. Like they asked me if I wanted to go to Virginia, or if I wanted to come here to San Diego, and I was like, man, I ain't never been to Cali. I go out there. That was my main thing when I came out here was mental health. So losing a child, man, they really put a lot of stress on me. They had brought me to my complete lowest once I got here to San Diego. And so I'm stirring away from music and I'm more in the streets trying to get some money. You feel me? And I'm stirring away from what the initial like what I was taking out of Memphis, what I was taking out of that environment, everything that I was surrounded by, to go into something renewed and fresh, to give me something new to start with. And I brought those old ways to San Diego, man. So life brought me some lessons that I definitely learned from. And moving forward, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to teach everybody else, the youth that's coming up before us right now. We talking about and joking about the YNs, but you know what I'm saying? Like YNs because they trying to get some money,
Mm-hmm.
So
Ain't
you
wrong.
feel me? Somebody got to show them is the way to get this money the right way.
Yeah. Well, first condolences, bro. Like, losing, your firstborn. So
Yeah, man.
like I can't imagine like, imagine that. So
I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate
definitely.
you, man. It was definitely something that like I said, yeah, when it came to like just me trying to keep a level head on a day-to-day basis, man, it was probably one of the toughest things possible, man.
So I'm
A
sure.
lot of people, what I'm saying, just knew what I was going through. So I disappeared at one point. A lot of people, they thought I wouldn't even hear on this earth, man. You know what I'm saying? The way I
Oh
was
wow.
just maneuvering, man.
Yeah.
It was tough, man. So I'm just thankful to be here, man. That's the biggest thing for sure.
Yeah, and I saw that too. Of course, that was something I wasn't gonna bring up. I was watching the community episode that you're on with AD, and I saw that was brought up as well. But you have twins, correct? Okay.
Right now, I was like, I was able to
Oh, wait. Shoot, my fault. Yeah, my fault. I don't want to. I want to. All right. Sorry. If you could say it. If you could say it again. I think I'm starting to get the
Okay,
clipping.
cut
Like
out.
once I hear it end, I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Cut out
Yeah,
just a
I'm
little
getting the
bit.
I'm getting the clipping pattern now. I'm like, okay, like.
Yeah, I got you.
All right.
So
Sorry.
yeah,
Go ahead.
man, shout out to AD, man, for what I'm saying, the fire interview we did, man, and he was really showcasing your boy. But definitely, I also told him as well, I was blessed with twins. Right? Maybe why yeah, right now. So that's basically back up on I'm saying, just putting things together and doing something different, you know what I'm saying, and really just setting the tone for the music industry, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. How far was it after, like, when you had twins from when, losing your firstborn? Like, how long was it?
It was
If you don't
really
mind me asking.
like probably like less than a year, almost less than a year, man. Yeah, it was like
So
less
that
than a year. So like, soon as I
damn.
got to San Diego, yeah, soon as I
So
got to
was that
San
like a
Diego,
good turning point for you? Like, where it's like, okay, like or
it
was
was
that even more
tough. I
tough?
gotta
We are like,
Yeah, it was actually tougher, man. Even, you know what I'm saying, have to turn around and literally just, all right, you know what I'm saying, my babies, they here now, you know what I'm saying? So I gotta do what I gotta do for these angels that's here on this earth. And, hey, what I'm gonna do as father, I'm gonna get myself better so that these angels that I have here, these two beautiful babies that I have now, they don't even have to feel what father had to go through with
mm,
their sister, you know what I'm saying?
wow. No, that's deep, man.
Yeah.
Did you have another question, Darnell?
Oh yeah. So and then how was it like growing up in Memphis to now living in California? How was the change of the reactions
Oh
of
man, I gotta say, even Memphis at 18 probably was the best decision I ever made. I gotta say that because I would hear it along the way, even from the jump. Like, as soon as I left, they was telling me, man, don't come back. As soon as you leave, don't even come back, man. Don't look back.
Wow.
And being overseas, like my first duty station was Japan, so I left there at 18 and went to Japan at 18 years old. So I'm out there
Mm,
partying, out there just living it up. Meanwhile, the same stuff was going on back in Memphis, Tennessee.
mm,
So I'm communicating with family members, my friends growing up, my partners, everybody, and they telling me like literally what's going on a day-to-day basis. And I'm like, man, ain't nothing changing. And this is back in 20. This is 20. This is 20. It's 2016. This is 2016 when this is like I'm initially asking all this. But as the years go by and I see that nothing's getting better, it's only getting worse. I'm like, man, I did the right thing not coming back. My literally keep going with what I'm doing in the military. You see what I'm saying?
mm,
And I'm working on helicopters. I had never went to school or nothing for them, but I started out as an aviation mechanic. And I would do my things, my walk around, pre-flight checks, doing my thing to make sure, the helicopter was safe in flight for those pilots. I gained so much knowledge in there, man, and I love that job. You know what I'm saying? It
mm.
wasn't even my assigned job when I went into the military. It was just, we're gonna throw you in here for a job and then you
Oh
see what
wow.
you like and then, you go from there type of thing. Man, I learned so much from there, man, and it was just a blessing tonight. Um, that's the biggest accomplishment. No cap.
Damn. That was good. Hey, I'm happy we only got like a little bit of clipping on that too. Yeah, because every now and then it keeps
That's
coming
good.
back. So I'm trying to like, make sure this comes smoothly too. So because I want people to hear
I
everything you
got
got
you.
to say. So um,
I got you.
but yeah, well, yeah, first I appreciate you for your service as well, man. And
Appreciate you, man.
yes,
yeah,
sir.
so
Appreciate the
this is
service.
a kind of a side question too, but how do you feel like because we got tons of questions, but like how do you feel even just in general for like, as far as like veterans like um outside of the military, like how they kind of be treated and stuff like that.
Yeah, man, it's tough. Um, a lot of things, because I have family members that are veterans as well, and they show me what to do as far as setting yourself up. Like when you go in the military, I have an uncle right now that's a veteran of the Air Force, and
Okay.
when I was
Mm,
growing up, I'm seeing like he's living good. You know what I'm saying? Family's good. And he would tell me like, nephew, when you go in, make sure you let them know whatever's going on. Set yourself for success. Set yourself
mm,
up for success for when you get out of the military. And so a lot of people do miss that. They think that the military is going to have them covered when they get out automatically, and that's not the case. Um, it's I see a lot of cases where veterans are thrown out, kicked out of the military, maybe for simple infractions, and there goes the rest of their life and their benefits, out the window. In my case, I was discharged with the other than honorable discharge myself, I was getting into some misconduct while I was in the military, and so that forced me to reap on the back end when I got out. Um, and I went into homelessness at one point. I lost my car, man. It was really getting ugly for you. It was really getting ugly for me, man. Just that the depression creeping up from losing my child, and just stuff like, is this where I want to be in San Diego? Do I want to fight to stay here? I got babies, man. Like, what do I do? Like, and then just sure enough, once I started to get things together, just everything just started to unfold one by one. Just from
Hold on, real quick. Sorry. And and I want to say one thing too. If I stop you, it's not like for nothing. It's just for the clipping. So I just want to make sure, like, whoa, what are you stopping me? Yeah, so, you know what I mean? Like,
just trying to hear every.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't want to be like, like
it's
people
getting,
like, damn, what's it?
Getting a good part, but it's just.
Yeah, because it's like, I don't want you to start go through it all. Right. Yeah. Be like, damn, why is he disrespecting me like that? I'm like, what?
Yeah, the motion, the motion from the mic.
Hell yeah, because it's like I said, when the clipping starts, I hear when it ends, so then I know it's like, okay, I'll let you, go back into it. So now you see, because Darnell, you get it too. I'm like, we're starting to see the pattern now. All right, if you want to, if you want to continue on now.
Okay. I'd say overall for veterans, I know I have a unique case for myself, but just the overall caring for veterans, man, is really, for them to fight for themselves. That's how the system is just set up. And if you don't fight for your benefits, if you don't make sure you're on top of everything, the government's not gonna give it to you. You gotta make sure you're on top of your game. For me, it's still some hurdles. Like I said, I had to deal with my misconduct battles. So, hey, I have to deal with that, and I'm just a man of what I had to deal with. But moving forward, they're still working with me, and it's typically on a case by case basis, depending on the veteran. A lot of veterans don't feel that they're worthy of the benefits. I've learned that as well. So they feel like that their conditions they're not as bad as other veterans that have received maybe Purple Hearts, or any kind of other accommodations for the things that they had to go through. So it's just it's literally a case by case basis, and just depending on their veteran and their mindset of how they are with their benefits and how they want to be taken care of. Some people don't even want to say they're a veteran. Me, I'm proud, man. Hey man, y'all take military discount. I'm gonna ask everywhere I go.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I work at a grocery store too, so I get that sometimes. Like, hey, you guys got the military discount, like, what I mean? Also, too, like, I'm kind of getting away from some of our questions, but that's kind of how it goes on the podcast, because it's something like half the time we've been how much? All good. If you want to unmute, if you want to unmute the mic, there we go. Hear us good?
Yeah, I can hear y'all now. My bad, I couldn't hear y'all as soon as I got done talking.
No, you're good. Now I was gonna say I'm getting away from some of our questions, but that's kind of how our podcast goes, because like half of the time it's an interview, but half of the time it'd be like damn near just a conversation. And your journey is just interesting to me as well. Like the ups and downs. That's a big part of our podcast too. We like to hear the journey, and I'm curious too, like, with the things you go to, because even just talking to you now, I'm like, okay, man, like, obviously everyone has a story and stuff, but you've been through a lot. But it's like you're laughing, you smile, like just in general. Obviously, life moves on. I understand that, but I'm curious of how do you deal with your like mental health?
Man, so definitely therapy has been a big factor. It's been a major factor for myself. I know I was when I first got here, and that was during COVID, so it was really tough to establish services because it was mostly tele-networking. So just virtual services and maybe once a month checkups. So I was dealing with the bare minimum during that time. So of course my mental was for sure being affected, but overall, as people start to understand what I was going through and why I was doing what I was doing, they were definitely opening up more services to myself. And it was my journey has just been it was something else. So mental health was definitely my biggest thing that was pulling me back, and definitely had me hesitant to even do the rap scene, do the whole thing with music, because I just felt like I wasn't even ready to be in front of a camera. I wasn't ready to it was a lot of days I would have just all kind of brain fog. I didn't want to do anything. Like it was really bad. And just once I got to just get closer to God, that was the biggest thing, man. Getting closer to God. You know, I had actually tore my Achilles last year, or ruptured my Achilles tendon last year playing ball.
Damn.
And during that time, that was like around this time, actually March going into April. And so I had to sit down that entire time, couldn't do anything, and I didn't want to write. I was even thinking about giving up music, man. I promise you. And I started to just say, one day I looked out the window. I was like, man, God, I just started talking to God. I'm like, God, what do I do? I don't even know what I should do. I started turning on the church services on YouTube, Bayview Baptist Church. I started tuning in there. Started listening into that, and a lot of the sermons were like literally tailored to myself. It felt like he was just talking to me, man.
Wow.
It
Yeah.
was really
That's even how
crazy.
it goes. That's crazy, man.
You know what I'm saying? So,
That's deep.
it was just something like that, taking a small step to say, what can I do to help myself out, even though I can't really do too much. Started with things like that, then just started with reading, then just started with once I was able to walk again, I was starting to fish. Fishing was my thing, so I love to fish, man. Man, and just started to enjoy life more, man, and appreciate life more. That was the bigger thing too.
Oh yeah. Well, I want to say too, appreciate you for even like, being vulnerable, on the podcast as well too with your journey, your life. Because it's super important. Even the people who are listening, when they hear it, it's like someone could be listening to this right now and picking up, things from it, or being like, man, I went through this too. So you're definitely a dope individual. Like, I want to let you know that, like, right off the bat.
I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, nah, man, for sure. And I guess we could also get into the music too. So when did you like, I guess what was the spark for your like actually like, getting into music yourself? And what was the moment, like you said, like even if it was in San Diego, when you're like, okay, let me take this, like, let's take this serious and start making connections?
So for me, music has been literally every phase of my life, literally before I even left Memphis. So I would always go kick it with my cousins. And he was the rapper of the family, you know what I'm saying? So I would go over there, my uncle, he's chilling, watching the Steelers playing the Cowboys. His pops, he was a Cowboys fan, my pops was a Steelers fan, so you already know how they go. But my cousin, he'd be in the back on the computer, and he'd be like, go back there.
All right, hold on.
I remember specifically.
Oh, my fault. Yeah, hold on. We got. All right, wait, no. Where's the clip? I'm waiting for it. All right, we should be good now. Yeah, I think we're good. Wait, God damn it. No, we're not. No, you're good. You're good. I'm just waiting for the clip, and then okay, there we go. Yeah. All right.
Okay. So music definitely started before I even left Memphis.
Yeah, I believe it was what you were talking about. With we got the Steelers, Cowboys. I think that's right where that when it started clipping. Yeah.
Man, my pop's a Steelers fan, and my uncle, he was a Cowboys fan. So you already know how they went.
Yeah.
And so my uncle, my cousin, he would actually be the one in the back. Shout out my cousin DJ. He'd be on the computer listening to Vibe Cartel beats specifically. I remember that.
Oh wow.
And I'll sit there and I'll listen, and then I start writing on paper, and I'm like, okay, I can make some rhymes, okay. And then, so mind you, I'm trying to play ball, so that's mostly what I was trying to do at the time. And so that stopped there. Once I got to Japan, I had a guy that I went to boot camp with who's from Houston, Texas. He was the rapper going into the military. So one day we had a guy that lived in our barracks he was pretty good with engineering. We go to his room, we sit down. My homeboy, he's rapping, and I'm sitting there and I'm thinking as he's rapping, I said, man, I can do that too. I don't seem too bad. And it just went. So I made connections with another guy. He was a Japanese engineer. I met from somebody else.
Damn,
he could barely understand what I'm saying. My Memphis accent was completely heavy. Man, it was yeah, you could imagine what it sounded like then compared to what I sound like now. And his Japanese accent was the same. But he, you know what I'm saying, we were definitely cool. He was teaching me some things with the Japanese with Memphis culture, barbecue and honey hot. They don't know too much about that over there, you know what I'm saying? So I was putting them on like he was putting me on.
Yeah.
And we literally just built that relationship as an artist and an engineer. And I started making songs literally in Japan. Um, when I would go on deployments, that's when I would do a lot of my writing. I would download beats because we didn't have any phone signal or anything out there on deployments, of course. I would download the beats, like hundreds of beats before going. I would go on deployment, and I would save those beats on my phone so that way I'm able to write when I get off of work.
Mm.
I had guys literally just passing through. They'll hear me like literally in there reciting raps and all kind of stuff. I had guys come and get me from different departments, like, "Hey, bro, I heard you rap. Come down here. We got a rapper down here. He want to see if y'all, you know what I'm saying, what y'all can do." And of course, I would go down there, shut it down, and pretty soon, I was the rapper of the ship.
That's
Now,
fire.
with that being said, we would come back from deployment and we would come back to our pier where we were stationed at in Japan. I was starting to get cool with the club owners outside where all everybody would go to pretty much when they got off of work, go to different bars and different things. I started getting cool with those promoters, owners. Um, Pretty soon they started throwing showcases and shows and stuff for the rappers, whoever they were from the different ships, and I was that guy that would always come through. I would always shut it down, do my thing, and really just really make my mark. When it came to rapping. I had my first show and I had people rapping my words, like word for word. It was really crazy.
That's dope
That's
as
when I
hell.
knew I was like, man, I could be a rapper. I can do this.
Damn. And this was all, hey, that's fire too, because you were overseas, like
Overseas,
doing it too,
man,
in
doing
Japan.
yeah,
Yeah, like that's fire, bro.
yeah. You got overseas fans already before you got the
Yeah,
U.S.
yeah, right. You got the overseas fan.
Yeah,
Man, it's cold.
That's
yeah.
dope as hell. Yeah, it's a dope
Nah,
start too. Like if
yeah,
anybody would be like, damn, like he started like most people don't got that type of
yeah.
start, So that's fire, bro.
Yeah, man.
Hold on, Darnell. Before you go on, I'm gonna ask one more question.
Yep.
Because it kind of goes on with that. How do you feel like being in San Diego? Hold on, I had a clip in, so I'm gonna wait till that one ends a little bit. Um, how do you feel? Yeah, being in San Diego, like how do you feel like your music has been received? Being from Memphis, and coming down here.
I'm for San Diego.
All right, wait, my fault. That the clipping was over, isn't it? Yeah, we almost there. Yeah. It's gonna be like I need that Jeopardy what's that Jeopardy music in the background.
Sounds good.
Hold on, wait. Yeah. Shit. Almost there. Yeah, this one's going on. This one popping like fireworks right now in my ears. Hold on. All right, now we're good. Yeah. So how has your music been received? How do you feel like your music being received coming from Memphis, being in San Diego?
Man, I am very thankful for San Diego, man. I was hesitant at first because, like I said, being an outsider coming, out in these streets and doing my thing. And, I know anywhere I go, people are going to be looking like, who is this dude rapping? Like, we've never seen him before. He just popped up out of nowhere, military veteran. Like, we're not taking this dude serious. But, when I seen, like, after my shows that I've done here, like my first shows that I did in San Diego, once I seen like the reaction the crowds had, the audiences had, the love, the warmth that they gave me, as a performer. I'm getting encores and people telling me to go on. Once I seen that, I said, okay, give a pre thank you to San Diego for even, welcoming me. The next thing I should do as an artist is help out whoever the artist is here in San Diego. So let's collab,
So
let's do our thing, and let's really go up. I understand. Like I've talked to numerous amount of artists of what the struggle has been like for the music scene here in San Diego. So that's why like I've made shout out to all the rappers in San Diego I can go on because I've sat down from numerous amount of guys and they've all had the same answer. Man, it's just how things have been, as far as the culture, here. But
Hmm.
me being the guy that I am, I'm gonna always bring light to a situation. You guys are talented. You guys bring a lot of things to the table. You can make some things happen. You can have these guys wanting to come down to San Diego. So it's up to y'all to really put in this work, and I'm here to help y'all do this shit, man. Let's do it.
Hell yeah, that's dope as hell, man. And that's too also too, like you said, like you're gonna definitely have doors open for you as well. Like, in that situation, like one thing I think about San Diego is there was a big, like, I think a lot of people feel like, oh man, what's the word that I'm looking for? But like nobody wants to help put anybody else on. Like that was a big thing like going on in San Diego like for years. Like I was like, people like, man, like I know there's a word that I'm looking for, but I can't even get it. But Darnell, you know what I'm talking about? Like people, like there was a lot of artists, like people would just kind of do it for themselves. You know what I mean? I wasn't living in San Diego at the time, but I remember always hearing that. I think that was a big reason why we wanted to also start this platform as well, because of hearing that type of
Yeah,
noise. It's like, well, hold on, like
Yeah.
there's too many, like you said, like it's, you spoke to other artists. There's a lot of talent, you know what I mean, out in San Diego. And it's like whatever we can do to, even just give people the opportunity of voice. I mean, we don't have the biggest platform in the world, but little by little, like the community grows. So I wish we got to talk to you early. Like if we knew you earlier in San Diego, we would have told you, man, fuck all the noise, whatever, do your thing, bro. Like even care where you're from, but like you know what I mean? So
yeah, man.
but it's dope we got you now, you know what I mean? We're able to chop it up. So
Yeah. So,
but yeah,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
you go ahead, Darnell.
yeah, that's just like one of those things where it's like, yeah, like we're just trying to showcase and recognize those San Diego rappers or people that you know come to live in San Diego and want to start a rap career and all that stuff. Because there's a lot of like people not trying to come together and we let's all eat together. Let's all keep going and you know reach to the rise of the occasion. But it's just I don't know what it is. LA gets a lot of push. A lot of people kind of like connect more, and they try to do that. San Diego is just not like that. Everybody's from themselves. Everybody wants to do their own thing and not help other people. So I think
And now
that's
you're starting to see that
yeah,
shift though. I feel like lately, like it's been kind of shifting.
Yeah.
yeah,
You've been seeing a lot
Mhm.
of people collab more, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Mhm.
which is good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so they didn't
So,
did that.
I would like
Oh, clip it,
on
oh
clip it,
yeah, well he's like yeah.
clip it.
Danielle said clipping.
It's clip it, it's clip it.
That's
I was like, I don't wanted to hear what he said too. It was like,
I know. Yeah, we're gonna have to do this in person one these days. We're gonna have to do it in person too. So are we there yet? Yeah, there we go.
sound
Sound
good.
like the Ice Cube movie. Are we there yet? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Nah, it sounds
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Oh, what were you
All right,
about to
now we're
say?
good. We're good. Yeah, we're clear.
Definitely. Where do we leave off? Refresh me real quick.
Uh,
Where do we leave off?
artists collabing again.
Yeah, the shift.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, the
Oh,
shift.
once again, I give you y'all boys y'all flowers. I appreciate y'all having me here today. And as I'm here to say, man, yeah, I'm starting to see the effect you boys, hey, it's starting to show, man. Cause one thing about it, I gotta say, with me and my guy DC, with our podcast we're doing over there, we're also doing the same thing. We're bringing on different artists from different backgrounds, different sides of San Diego. Also, not even from some people are not even from San Diego, but have something to bring to the table for San Diego. So you know what I'm saying? Like I understand exactly what you guys are doing. I commend both of you guys for what you're doing. I appreciate it for so much. And we seeing some collabs going on around San Diego. We seeing that they starting to see too. Yeah.
Hell yeah, and that's what it's all about. Yeah, I was gonna ask you about it was Busted Down podcast, correct? Yeah,
Bust it down, man. Yes,
yeah,
sir.
that's
Yes,
fire.
sir.
I think even on the what's it? It's a secret 619. That's the channel, correct? Yeah, because I made sure to follow all
Yeah.
the pages as well.
Yeah.
We got I got the little West Coast Radio TV too, because I saw you guys had a DJ MTK on there. And
Yes,
that's
sir. Yes,
like
sir. Shout out
yeah,
DJ MTK.
Yeah. So we got to have you at the studio over there too, because he gives us space on Tuesdays. You know what I mean, to shoot our podcast as well. So he showed us tremendous amount of love too. So when I saw that you guys had him on as well on the channel, I was like, oh shit, that's dope as hell, man. So
Yeah,
because he's
man.
one of those guys too that, you know, as far as in the other realm, not like, you know, there's artists, but then there's the other realm of, you know, media podcasters, like same situation.
Yeah.
So now it's like seeing everyone start to collab again. It's like, shit, that's just dope to see, and to know that you guys have a platform as well. Like,
Yeah.
we just love to see that. So it's like, please shout it out and let us know about your podcast as well, man.
Yes, sir. So that was something that, you know, like I said, it was really on the fly with my guy DC. Shout out DC, man. With It's a Wave. So I had my thing going on with It's a Wave separately. You know, it was a contest for any artist here in San Diego. You know, who's got it. You know, and went in works with them. Went in partnership with them. And so I'm working with DC, and I'm asking them one day because we're operating out of a space that has a production studio right next to it. I'm asking him, I'm like, man, why don't we do a little something out? We should do like a podcast. We should do something, man. And he said, man, you know, I've been waiting for the right person to come to me with that idea. And long story short, man, Busted Down TV was born. And I, you know, furthermore, going into detail about even the idea we had behind it. Me specifically, you know, it's more of it's a platform or a pivot or even a pedestal for Memphis artists, Memphis rap artists, anybody, you know, of that nature, because I want them to be seen. I want them to be showcased as well, just like how I'm being seen out here. So it's
Oh
not just
yeah,
all about ATM Bezzal on the West Coast. I want, just like y'all know,
like
it's
blend
Memphis
it.
rappers, you know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
and it's, you know, it's just helping them out in the midst too. So, that's just what I'm doing out here on my part, my behalf as well. You know, that's how DC's doing it for the artists here as well too. So we're really, you know, trying to do something big for everybody, man. It's just not all for myself, man. This is really, you know, what we should be doing in the first place. You know, how we can really help each other out.
And well, shout out to you for that too, because I don't think you know, that shows a lot of humility as well. Like, you know, that you know, you could be focused on your music, your journey, your own, but the fact that you still, while you're doing that, you're also like, nah, I want other people to have that shining opportunity too. There's not a lot of people that would do that too. So you know, you gotta pat yourself on the back for that one, man. Yeah, definitely, man. Darnell, you want to ask about
Yeah.
performances?
Yeah. So yeah, we wanted to know like how was it like being on the radar and also from the block performances? Like how was the scene?
And I think we'll wait for the clipping too, because
Okay, I hear it a little bit. But
yeah.
yeah, but as it's doing it, yeah. So what was the experience like on the radar? And also from the block performances, a lot of big artists have been on both of these platforms. And how was the experience? And you know, what do you have to take for somebody that's trying to be on those platforms?
So on the radar, I can tell you guys about a story about that one. So Scott Morris, that was one of the guys that was hosting a showcase out in LA. So I hit the road one day for that one. He had reached out to me saying, you know, come on out to LA. You know, there's gonna be a label rep in the building. You know, watching to see, you know, for potential, you know, any kind of alley oops for whatever artist shines for the showcase. So me, I said, you know what, let's do it. Hit the road from San Diego, went up to LA, went and did my thing. It was about probably maybe 30 to 40 artists in the building that night. And I probably had to be, if I wasn't 29th going to 30th, I was 39th going to 40th.
Oh damn.
So one of the last performers, man. And so I get up there and I do my thing, and then the whole room just goes, "Whoa, who's this dude? Who's this guy?" And so I probably did like two songs, and I was done. I'm handing the mic back to the DJ, and I just feel a whole bunch of arms just grabbing me, like, "Hey, somebody's trying to get your attention." And sure enough, shout out to Shauna. She's one of the labels from Atlantic. She was the one that was there that night, actually scoping out artists to see who was, you know, who stood out, and she chose me.
Wow.
In that situation, she literally asked me what had I already done, as far as like what have I already done as an independent artist. And I had done the famous Animal TV when I had went back to Memphis. I was still in Japan, and I took a flight from Japan back to Memphis. just to do the famous animal freestyle that I did with him.
Mhm.
So I had told her, yeah, I did that. I want to say I did the From the Block prior to that as well. Um, I was stationed here in San Diego at the time. I was actually in my final years, like right before I was getting discharged. I was telling people at work, I'm like, man, I'm gonna go back to Memphis, man. I got something like I do out there. And everybody was like, we gonna watch, my people that I was working with at the time, they was literally watching me while I was, doing my thing.
Yeah.
So that's the relationship I was building with people along the way. Like I'm letting them know, man, this Navy thing is not what I want to do. I want to do my thing as a rap artist, and they really respected that. Literally from, lower ranking all the way up to the very high ranking. Like I
Wow.
had some people walk in on me while I'm freestyling, if you know what I'm saying. So,
Damn. That's
um,
dope.
but it was just mutual respect all the way across the board, and I loved it. So, just keeping it real at the end of the day. That was the biggest thing, keeping it real. And once I did hit those big platforms that I see a lot of artists doing, I said, okay, now I really know that I'm a rapper. Now I really know what I'm doing here. I see what all the work that I'm putting in is paying off to get me to where I'm at. So, once I did hit those things and, I just started doing my thing, man, I was just like, man, we got bigger and better things on the way because this is just a start.
Nah, that's dope as hell, man. Yeah, special platform because you killed them like first and
Yeah, nah,
foremost.
yeah, nah, yeah. Build
Yeah.
those, and
Yeah, I
is it like
appreciate that for sure.
is it a easy process? Like, is like an easy process just to sign up as an artist, or they just go through the list and they look at your
It's
catalog,
it's
or
one of
how
those
does it
things. It's one of those things. It's kind of just who you're dealing with. Cause I've done some different platforms. Shout out to my guy DC over at the gas station. That's another
Mm.
platform I did here in San Diego,
Yeah,
and
that's probably that one.
he just launched that platform, and I was one of the first few people. Hey man, I see what you got going on. Let me come on there, do my thing, whatever. I'm gonna support you. I got you. Boom. So I went on there, did my thing, and with Famous Animal, I was already cool with him before I went in the military. So he was actually in the making of that platform. So by the time
Wow.
I went over there to Japan and perfected and kind of worked on my craft, and I hit him up like, "Hey man, I'm coming back. I want to do it." He was like, "I got you. You've been rocking with me since the start. Come on, do your thing, man." So, like I said, it's just these connections, these relationships I built with people along the way is really paid off, and they've helped me out and get me where I need to be at.
And so you think too, like a lot of things that you like been going through, like you think it's like, man, a lot of stuff are coming like full circle now. Like you feel like you're putting your foot on the gas even more.
That I say like on a daily basis, like life has been full circle for me. It
Hell
has
yeah.
been full circle. And yeah, man, like it's just something else. I thank everybody that's been supportive of me, from the fans to family members to everybody that's been to my side, by my side, literally my babies. Like life has been doing, it's been doing its number on me, but I can't do anything but be thankful for everything that's come along my way. I'm doing my thing, man.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. And I was gonna ask one more question too, but I'll let the kind of the clipping go by a little bit too. It comes at kind of at the perfect time now. Like I'm like now it's starting to
right
happen
when we
once we answer the
finish
questions.
one
Yeah, right.
question, it just
Which is
starts to.
good. Which is good. I'd rather it be that way. So you know what I mean. But yeah, no, for sure. We definitely gotta make sure we touch back and do this in person as well. Like do a part two.
Yes,
We make
sir.
sure that make sure
Yes.
to connect in person. But yeah, I think we got a couple more questions as well. And so what do you feel like when you see, like the work paying off when you got, like being on AD's podcast, seeing I'm sure there's more, but seeing Antonio Brown, like having commenting on, your post as well, like, names like that, like and having those opportunities and having different eyes on you as well. Like how does that make you feel when you see that or get those opportunities?
It's one of those things when, I'm not a person that looks for validation at
Hmm.
all, but I do appreciate those who even take the time out to appreciate my work. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
It's one of those things, and especially people of those stature. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Antonio Brown, man. Like I said, that threw me a loop that day, man. I woke up to that, man. And,
Yeah, hold on.
um, the last thing I expected, man. It's a lot of guys, man. You know, it started. One of the first guys that gave me a major shout out was the game, and I was in Memphis at the
Oh
time.
wow.
Like literally, yeah. So that was one of those things. I'm like, okay, I got the game shouting me out. I got Antonio Brown shouting me out. I got AD bringing me on, man. And shout out to AD. Shout out to cousin Mikey, man. He's the one that made it happen. He's from San Diego, and he was the one that found me. He was like, man, I gotta get you on the show, man. Like, so you know, that's how we made that happen, man. I went up to Hollywood, man. So that was a beautiful thing, man. You know, like I said, a lot of blessings been brought, you know, to me, man. And I can't do anything but be appreciative.
Hell yeah, hell
man,
yeah.
it's dope, man. It's dope to hear these type of stories, man. I think it's all full circle. You know how the universe worked, like how we couldn't have you on at that particular time. You hit us up, and we just had to take a step back for a second and figure out ourselves, and then now it seems like it went full circle to now we can finally connect like this year. Like it feels good. Like everything's coming full circle. So good to hear all the blessings your way as well.
Yeah. Hey, I gotta say too, that Cali freestyle. Yeah.
That's your favorite, man. That's the one. That's the one.
That's just fire, man. Like I was like, okay, yeah.
I like the performances too at the
yeah
the Sunset Cliffs. Like you had different parts of shots, and I seen that one as well too. Like your previous years ones too.
Yeah,
that one was Bezzal Flow out there at Sunset Cliffs, man.
Sunset
That's one of
Cliffs,
my spots, man. I love it, man. That's the spot, man. Actually watch the sunset. You know what I'm saying? Literally just chill. You know what I'm saying? San Diego, yeah, man. San Diego, one of the. So you can smoke in Memphis, but you can't really just be. You feel me?
Yeah.
Once I got there to Sunset Cliffs, and I saw you could sit there and you could just chill, man, and you can just enjoy it. Oh man, that got me right there. I said, oh man, I can relax.
Yeah. Hell yeah! Talk about a peaceful environment, you know what I mean?
I guess it's like a breath of fresh air. When people from different states and different cultures, it's like, dang, like we got palm trees, we got sunsets that looks nice around the beaches, and you hear the waves, and some people don't get that stuff, man. So I guess I gotta be appreciative myself, like being born and raised out here, because I don't really say it enough on the show. Like I'm like, dang, like we really do have all these things. So
I've spoken on that before. Like I told Darnell, like it's like, hey man, like you guys gotta be grateful for being out here, because I was living in Minnesota for the past 5 years before I moved back last year. So it's like
that's a big difference. That's a big change.
Yeah, and I'm born and raised in San Diego, so that like I had that same. I think everyone's like that. Wherever you're from, you love where you're from. But sometimes you kind of just like don't really think about it. You're like, it is what it is. Yeah, that's where we're from. So we don't look at it the same way other people look at it sometimes. But when I left, bro, and I came back, I was like, you will never hear me say a bad word ever again, bro.
Can't say nothing bad about California, man. San Diego.
You're telling me I don't got to shovel no snow? Come on, man.
Man, I know that's right. I know with the thunderstorm, man. Look, I'm gonna tell you, the first time I went back, when I left San Diego, the first time I left San Diego and went back to Memphis, and I had all the good food, the barbecue and stuff. The very first thing I got back when I got here, guess what? Taco shop.
Taco shop.
Yeah, right.
That's the lingo. Taco shop.
Bro,
they come from colleges and they on summer break. They coming back. The first thing come off the flight.
First thing you get.
Yo, where the taco shop at, man? I need that. Yo, where's it at?
Hey, man, that's hilarious.
That's one of them things all the time. Oh, do you got a favorite taco shop?
Yeah, I was about to ask. Or what's your go-to? If it's not a taco shop, what's your go-to order? Yeah,
for a tourist person that don't know.
My favorite. So if we talking about like an actual taco spot though, Tacos Del Gordo got my heart. But if we talking about a taco shop, Humberto's is where it's at. I love Humberto's, man.
Which one? Golden Hill one, or
is that the one that's close to downtown?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, downtown one.
Bro, that's how I know you're locked in, bro.
He's locked in.
Yes, sir. Yes,
sir. They told him the right
I'm locked
one.
in, Mike.
Good answer.
Until,
Good
yeah,
answer.
until he said the
Yes,
Taco Show,
sir.
that's how we know.
Good
Like, yeah,
answer.
hell yeah,
Nah,
Family Feud.
yeah.
Yeah, good
Yes,
answer.
sir.
Good answer.
Yeah, man. Now there's a few. I guess there's one on the 43rd. That's off of
Okay.
off the 805. But
Yeah.
nah,
That Humberto's is different though, bro. I don't care what no
bro.
one says.
And they just
Like,
changed it up,
Yeah.
bro. You know,
yeah.
I think it's getting more busy, man. I saw they got new seats in there.
Damn.
It got bigger than it was 5
Yeah.
years ago. I'll tell you that though. It got
That's
bigger.
like what they did to Kolima's. Like that shit's
like
way
Kalina
different, bro.
remodeled it.
Yeah,
That's how
I
you
was
know.
like,
That's how you know people messing with it. So
yeah, they're making
Mhm.
money now. Yeah.
They better chill out, man. I ain't trying to find a spot.
Yeah. Yeah, for real. It's like, hold on, don't mess up the food though. Like, you guys get new seats and stuff, but you know, what I mean,
Keep that same energy with the food, man.
Right.
Mhm.
Keep that same energy with the food.
That's hilarious.
I had one.
Oh wait, what are you getting though? Like, what are you getting? Like when if you're going, like, what's your order?
Man, all right, so I'm trying to stay away from pork, but the Autobottle burrito or the Autobottle fries, man, it's something about them. They be having me hooked. Dog. Am I saying Autobottle right too? Is it Autobottle?
Yeah, Autobottle. Yeah, it's like that.
I know on country, man. I thought it was. I don't know if it's
Autobottle
You know, sound like he's saying Bam Adebayo, like you talking about the Heat player. No,
yeah, it's that Al Pastor. That's that Pastor. I like that one. Yeah, I like that one.
I love the Al Pastor. The Al Pastor is definitely good too.
Yeah, El Pastor. You know that one's really good.
yeah,
it's really good. Oh yeah, I had one quick question though, like, just to get off my chest. If there was like one collab, like, is there any like future collabs like in the future, like anybody you looking to communicate with, or even just in the future?
One person.
Like, or
I got
any collabs in the future you thinking about? Like,
it's fine, Caleb.
get it.
That's funny.
I gotta say, because I'm also a 420. I'm a 420 advocate. I'm gonna leave it at that, man. But Wiz Khalifa, man, I was.
Yeah, I knew.
Man. It was. I wasn't gonna go. I wasn't gonna go on. I wasn't gonna go on. But Wiz Khalifa, he's also on a run right now that I see. And I was just listening to Cushion OJ the other day. I was on the road. I listened to that front to back. I said, man, he snapped. And then sure enough, I see Wiz is doing his thing right now. So
hell yeah,
I would love to collab with Wiz, get a track with Wiz, smoke some with Wiz, anything, man. You know what I'm saying? And just to have a, but if we really talking about West Coast Snoop, we got to go with Snoop. I don't know, man. Between Wiz and Snoop, them two right there.
Is it that you want to have a track with them, or you just trying to smoke with them? I'm not saying. You trying to do both?
Both. Both.
Hell yeah.
He's crazy.
That's hilarious.
He's crazy with that stuff, man. He's crazy.
Hell yeah. Yeah, we had a interview with Chevy Woods at the end, towards the end of last year. And like,
okay, I think I did. Okay.
You got to check it out too, because he talks a lot about a lot of different stories as far as like with Wiz and stuff, and how a lot of things came together with like Taylor Gang and stuff. It's a dope interview to check out too if you get the opportunity, man. Like that's just fun.
I'm gonna check that out then.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna check that out.
I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know if the manager will respect, but I might have to just like on our podcast page just try to slide them like your like music or something. Like, hey, we had this artist on our podcast. Just you never know what can happen, but we might have to do you a favor and just see like with like fishing, bro. Just they might not even see it. They might be like whatever, but you know what I mean. Like
it's word of mouth. Just
that's really what it.
Just putting the ear out to them and seeing if they check out the music, check out the artist.
Hell yeah, too. And also, I want to say too. Also, we did a I think you're a second Memphis artist because we had Project Pat on here. Like he was one of our first. And like
Project Peta,
dude, and honestly, man, he showed like tremendous love because we were only supposed to have like 25 minutes or something with him, and we ended up going for like an hour and like over an hour. And he just like was the same thing, just giving game, bro. Like, and I think Memphis now, I know we've got to wrap this up too, but with Memphis, I feel like it's a huge wave as well. You know what I mean? With Memphis going on, like, how do you feel about the scene right now?
Man, it's on fire. Shout out to Glorilla, shout out Big Boogie, shout out Keith Glock.
Right.
Man, we got a bunch of heavy hitters, man. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's doing their thing, no matter what side or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I understand, like it's for over the years, it was that internal beef of where you're from and everything and all that. But it was the same thing. You know what I'm saying? We was facing what San Diego was facing. It's the picky choosy thing. But once everybody started seeing like, oh, we got this person from this hood, he can rap, or we got this girl right here, she from this part, she can rap. People start pushing those people out. And then next thing you know, we got the whole Memphis. Okay, we got people that's really doing our thing. So that's why we really supportive of our artists right now. That's why, as far as the talent we pumping, I can't do nothing but salute them because it just must be in the Memphis water, man. I don't know. We just hop out the wombs and just start rapping ABC 1 2 3. I don't know what it is, man.
That's funny. Yeah, nah, you gotta be rapping your asses off. That's for sure, bro. Like, and I think it works good with you guys' accent as well. Like, that's gotta be like everything just rolls off the tongue. Like, anytime you hear like Southern accents, like from wherever, like that shit just goes perfect, man.
True.
Last question too we got is we always end. What's next for ATM Bezzal?
What's next for ATM Bezzal? We'll look forward to a track that I'm going to be dropping on April 4th called Friday the 13th. It's something I'm giving everybody just a warm up to because we got Pootie Tang following up right after that. And I got something real special for Pootie Tang. So I did preview that track with some people, a couple of guys that were doing some skits for me, promoting. And right now we got Pootie Tang going viral right now on TikTok as we speak.
Oh, fine.
So with over close to 500,000 views from the snippet that we just pushed out on TikTok. And we got people in the comments. Yeah, we got people. Hey man, where's this song? Who's this artist? I'm just building that hype. You know what I'm saying? To look forward to this track that I'm really gonna put out because a lot of artists, hey man, I'm gonna put this out. No, we're actually gonna put this out with the visual streaming platform same day. So look forward to that. And like I said, Friday the 13th will be dropping on April 4th. Y'all stay tuned.
Fire. Hey, Friday the 13th. It was tough to choose because I'm like, damn, which one do I pick? Like,
I know.
Once you sent them both, I was like, damn, which one? Well, I was like, let me put Pootie Tang on there.
That's mad dope. Mad dope.
Hell yeah.
I can't wait for the streets to hear the joints we was hearing, and wait for them to drop when they come,
Yes,
hell yeah.
And also been waiting on, your boys back.
Right. And also, man, well, does that include like after those tracks? Is that like what you're saying they're waiting for? Is that like a EP, a little project coming? Or we?
Oh man, I got some. So we even gonna follow right. I got some already in the works right now. I'm gonna follow up with the first name. I got the name of the EP. I'm gonna kind of save it right now.
Nah, you're good. You're good.
But just know we're gonna have the whole world knowing who ATM Bezzal is, not just San Diego, not just Memphis, not just we're gonna know. Everybody's gonna know who ATM Bezzal is. We're gonna make sure of it. So look forward to the first official project, and I'll be naming it soon. I'll give it the name.
Definitely. Hell yeah. We're definitely gonna be staying in tune. Like that's one thing we always, tell anyone we got on the podcast. Like when we follow you guys, like we just want to see we like to follow along like the career, you know what I mean? Like what you guys got next. We just like to see the journey, you know what I mean? So we show support over here, man, 100%. And once again, oh hell yeah, and appreciate you for your time first. Like that's the most important part, bro, because you could be doing a million other things, but you chose to spend an hour with us, so we always appreciate that.
Yeah, and it's all organic, and we ain't gonna panic, man. We're gonna let them hate and do their thing, man. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all boys for having me here today, man.
Hell yeah, we gotta make sure to collab again too in the future and like do something in person because that's definitely next. No more clipping, you know what I mean? We gotta do it in person. So
yeah, man, we're gonna do it right this time. Yeah,
right, yeah. Hell yeah. No, we definitely gonna make sure we're all on the socials too, so everyone's tapped in. But yeah, everyone make sure check out ATM Bezzal. All the links in the description, like I said, from Instagram to his Linktree. I didn't even went above and beyond. I put the Apple Music, I put the Spotify link, I put the Cali Freestyle link, I put all the links like as far as what you could just click on. So literally do the hard work for you. Then got type nothing in. And once again, man, go check out what was the last video, episode 80 for our podcast. Big 80. That's that's a milestone number right there. So it's our last video that we just put out. Make sure to go check that one. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and Guys, got anything else to end off with? Anyone want to shout out? No.
Hey, shout out to my babies, Amir and Amira. Your daddy going strong, and we going a long way. ATM Bezzal signing out, y'all. Pure Rap Podcast. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.